My ghost story began when I became owner of Silver City Ghost Town. Now, Silver City Ghost Town is located in Central California, up in the mountains, about 3,500 feet. Gold was discovered in about the 1850s, and all these old-time mining towns sprung up basically overnight. And the gold rush of that era was very short-lived, 3 to 5 years. And when the gold ran out, the miners moved on, leaving ghost townscape throughout the valley. Back in the 1960s, Dave and Arvilla Mills wanted to save as many of the buildings as they possibly could because they were being vandalized, destroyed by fire, and they were hazards to the public. So they started moving in these historic structures. It has about 21 buildings on it, and they renamed the entire place Silver City Ghost Town.
Everybody got tickets? Good, good. All right, go ahead.
It's open as a museum now, and we do a Halloween event for kids.
If you want to go off by yourself, you certainly can, but I'd highly recommend that you join us again down there by the Green Lamp.
People were telling me it was haunted right off the bat, but I was a great skeptic. I really didn't believe the place could possibly be haunted.
My ghost story began at Silver City Ghost Town, where I was employed for about a year. And I would have experiences once or twice a weekend. Sometimes I would feel that there was just something there in the room with me, and all of a sudden I would just stop, and I could feel my hair follicles raise up. It would start from my feet and work all the way up to where I could just get this chill going through my body. Sometimes those feelings would be so strong I would have to walk outside.
After I opened the antique store in 1988, people started saying it was haunted right away. And I used to just think they were klutzes. You'd hear a glass fall off the shelf, and they go, I didn't touch it, I didn't touch it. And then people started saying, you've got a ghost in here.
There was a couple incidents where I would be cleaning in the back room and I'd be the only one there. And I would return back to that room and there would be plates rearranged, there would be chairs moved. I even went to Jay a couple times asking him, are you playing jokes with me? I mean, I would get these chills and I'd have tears come to my eyes and I would start talking out loud, just here cleaning, I'll be out in a few.
A couple of years ago, a lady walked into the store. She identified herself as grandma to the grandson that was with her. And she began talking to me, and you could hear the young man running around in the front of the store. And you could hear things rattling in there. She goes, I better go, he's gonna break something. And I'm right behind her, looking over her head, and I saw the boy standing in the middle of the room. And as she set foot into that room, things started flying off the shelves all around the boy. And he goes, I didn't touch it. Miner's lunch pail flew over the boy's head, landed right at the lady's feet with a really loud thump. And we were all just speechless. She grabbed the boy by the hand and dragged him out the door. And I'm just looking at all this stuff all over the floor. She's driving away, rolling up her window. And she goes, you're a nice man, and this is a great store, but I'll never set foot in it again.
There's this one old antique car that the entity or the presence liked to play with a lot. It would be moved in various spots in the hallway, under a table. You know, I'd put it back up onto its original shelf, and then I would go to turn around and almost literally step on the car.
A lady that used to actually own the property back in the 1940s and 50s was named Wormy Annie Sullivan. Wormy Annie used to sell earthworms to the fishermen that would come up to fish. She actually had a very nice home that still stands behind the ghost town there. She was quite a character. Many people believe she haunts the same building. She actually was photographed in one of the windows there. I actually took the photograph of the guest that night. But then later on, when I went home and looked on my computer, I blew it up. I thought, I have seen that face before somewhere. That night, I got up in the middle of the night, went out to the Apollo House where a painting has been hanging, and it shows numerous individuals, and one of them is Wormy Annie. Took a picture of her image on that painting, put them side by side. So when I saw that, it really was unbelievable.
I believe the spirits at the Silver City Ghost Town are connected all with the buildings, and maybe those spirits died in there.
Gentleman set fire here. He tried to burn down the door, from what we understand, and he asphyxiated inside. He died of smoke inhalation. So many people believe he may be haunting it.
A lot of people have captured orbs, balls of light, luminosities. There's many different names, but a lot of people have captured those type images there in the jail.
The thing that gets me the most is the jail. You can actually see the finger marks and the scratch marks in the wood.
We have one that's sent chills down my spine. Appears to be a Victorian dressed girl standing behind a young man at the entrance to the jail. You can see the detail in the girl's dress. You can see her forearm, her fingers, and it appears to be holding the hem of the dress up. Now, what a young girl's doing in a 110-year-old jail, I don't know.
When you stand in there, you can actually picture somebody being tied up or chained. It kind of gives me the creeps, but at the same time, it's very interesting because it's history.
A band called the Rockets used the site for a music video. At one point, we were all in the church, about a dozen extras, where they were all dressed up as zombies, and a production assistant took a photograph, and it showed what appears to be about a 5-foot apparition kind of dancing. This thing is very bright, shaped, human, almost a human-like form with stylized arms and legs that appear to be moving like the people were in the video. To me, it's almost like the spirits have moved into the site. Maybe they stay trying to relive unfulfilled lives.
I know there's something out there. I know there's something after death. I can't say what it is, but I would like to believe that there's something, and that people, when they do pass, they do try to communicate.
As time has progressed, there's no doubt in my mind that the site is haunted. Some spirits may well become attached to buildings, to locations. To me, I believe that ghosts are simply beings, spirits that have not moved on into the other realm, whatever that may be. It's bigger than I am, for sure, and bigger than my mind can comprehend.